In this video, I'm replacing my Honda Pilot armrest cover. This driver's side Honda Pilot armrest cover is totally worn out and it needs to be replaced. I'm selling my Honda Pilot and this isn't a difficult job to do. It only requires some basic hand tools, a new cover, and some spray adhesive. I ordered this replacement cover on Amazon to replace the old worn out armrest cover. It comes with a piece of leather for both sides and both armrests, and of course I bought the gray for my gray interior. But it also comes in black and beige as well. I'll put links in the video description and comments below so you can easily find it. The new covers also come with some little pry tools that help with the repair and some double-sided tape for attaching it. But I'm not going to use the double-sided tape, so you can toss it or save it for another project. Instead, I'm going to use this Gorilla Spray adhesive. The adhesive works very well for this job. I used it for replacing the center console cover on my Honda Pilot as well. You can find that video on my channel. I'll also put a link to the Gorilla Spray glue in the video description and comments below for your convenience. This is about a 2-beer job, or 30 minutes to an hour depending on your measurement system. To start, we need to remove 1 screw from right here, 2 from behind this cover and the door handle here, and then remove this black triangular cover. The first screw we have easy access to and it's easily removed. Behind the door handle, we first need to pop off this little cover to access the 2 screws. Then we just remove the 2 screws. The triangular black cap simply pops off by firmly gripping and pulling it off. Next, we need to remove the driver's side switch assembly and surrounding plastic. Here we will use the little orange plastic tools to pry up the edges. Once free, gently slide it to the left to free the locator arm at the end, and it comes right out. There are still 2 connectors we need to remove to free the switch assembly completely. For the first switch, you just need to depress the little release tab here and then pull the switch connector out at the same time. For the second switch, there's a release here. That release must be pressed up, and while pressing up, you need to rotate the release arm like so to remove the connector. I used a little pick to do this. I picked up this pick set for a different project, but this set comes in handy all the time. You also need this if you're replacing the center console cover. I'll put a link to the video of me doing this along with a link to this pick set in the comments and description. Next, we need to pop off the door panel. There are little pop-in trim clips holding it on. You can't see them, but they're on the inside of the door panel around the outside edges. Just firmly grip the panel like so and pull the door panel off. You'll need to give it a good tug. With the door panel free, you can lift it up and away, but there is still the door handle and another connector holding it on. The door handle assembly simply pops out by firmly pressing or pulling towards the door. It's being held by these 4 fasteners as seen here. The last connector can then be unplugged by pressing the release pin and pulling it out at the same time. Now the door panel is completely free. On the back side, you can see all the little green door trim clips I was talking about. Make sure they're all in place and none are missing. If some are damaged or missing, which sometimes happens, you can replace them. I'll also put links to these clips in the video description and comments. The armrest as seen on the back side is being held by these 3 screws. Just remove them to free the armrest and remove it. You can see the old cover is very thin, which is why these wear out all the time. The new replacement is a much thicker leather material and should hold up quite a bit better. To remove the old cover, you can start by pulling one of the edges by hand. But the pick tool works very well to dig into the cover and then pull it away. Doing this around the entire outside is easy with the pick and it comes right off. Just continue around the edges till it's completely removed. Underneath the old cover, you can see the armrest has a bit of foam built into it. There's also this little channel and seam that we'll use to align the new cover to. The stitching you can see on the outside of the new cover is what we align to this seam. We can dry fit the new leather onto the armrest to get a feel for how it should fit and align. The leather also has cutouts for the various structures around the outside of the armrest on its underside. Once you have a good idea on the fit, we can use our glue to attach it. Shake the glue can well before spraying and then spray the inside edge of the leather and seam. You'll also want to spray around the edge of the armrest. Wait a minute or so for the glue to get tacky and then start to apply the cover. You will tighten it to the new armrest leather around the foam, pressing and wrapping it around the inside like so. Work out any bubbles or seams that form as you tighten it until you're happy with it. You may need an extra shot of glue in some spots where it's not holding correctly. After giving the armrest a new cover a few minutes to dry and set up, we can reinstall it and put it all back together. Reinstall the armrest, lining it up with the holes, and tighten down the 3 screws. Next, clip in the switch to the door panel, pop in the door handle assembly, and then loosely hang the door. Make sure the switch assembly wires are routed correctly, and then pop the door panel back in place by pressing in the clips around the outside edges of the door panel. Reconnect the 2 switch assembly connectors, then tilt the assembly starting with the side with the little arm right here first. Insert that side first and tilt downwards, and it pops right into place. The black triangular cover pops right back into place as well. Next are the 2 screws behind the door handle, and then pop in the door handle screw covers. Then we just have one last screw in the middle of the door to install here. The gray replacement cover matches the gray of my Honda Pilot very well, and the finished product is much better than the old worn out cover. I also have the other piece of leather for the passenger side door, but I don't really need to replace it just yet, so I'm just going to save it. After replacing this armrest leather and the center console leather, the interior of my car looks so much better. You can find this video for the center console cover on my channel right here. If this video helped you, be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. And thanks for watching.